Well, a grand old welcome back here to the Lotus SMP and a happy Monday. I hope that you guys have had a good start to the week so far. For me, it has been a busy Monday, and unfortunately, it's going to be a bit of a shorter stream as a result, but I did want to spend a bit of time with you all here and do a bit more of a world tour. So I hope you're down for that, and consider leaving a like on the stream. We will be recording most of the stream for tonight. I hope that that is okay with you. Right here, we are starting off the stream in our brand new shop that we ended up making, I think on stream. I can't remember if we made it on stream. I feel like we did. Most of the things we make on stream. We have Echoes and Clay here, which is our brand new pottery shop. And it looks like no one has purchased any at the moment, but that's more than okay. So we can place down our bed right now, and I think that we're gonna head on over to the last place that we were talking about here in the shopping district. I do think I already covered the mall. We're not gonna come back and re-record that part because we'll come back and do a server tour of everything that we have here eventually. Okay, I do kind of forget how much we've really talked about here. So we'll have to try our best. I feel like we're going to re-record this part right here just in case. We'll have to see. I'll turn on the recording right now. It does seem like my microphone audio does seem to be okay. But I did want to say, Mari, it's good to see you. Hello. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Definitely tell me what you've been up to recently. Any missions or anything like that. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I need to turn the shaders back on. That would have been very inconsistent of the recording. Okay, I'm going to change the volume very quickly to the volume, the music. Not that one. It's too sad. I want a good vibe. Okay. Now, over here behind me, you can see that we have a really beautiful boat design, and I'm not exactly sure who made it. I really love how it looks. There's tons and tons of different colors everywhere, and you'll actually see that on the stern of the ship right here, we have some dried coral, which really adds to the entire aesthetic that we have here. We can make our way up to the front of the ship, and you'll see that it actually leads on down, where if you want to get some prism or some frog lights, actually, you can come into these chests and you can grab them if you'd like to. And I haven't used frog lights before in the game, but I think that this is a good reason to try it at some point in time. And then we can also make our way over to the left, where you'll see that we have a custom swamp biome. I think it looks so cool. We have, I don't even know what these things are called. I want to punch them, but I'm not going to, along with these other things that I forget the name of as well, but they definitely look like the swamp biome, along with kind of brand new mangrove sorts of tree designs. And we can also head across here, where you'll see that we have a dock that says wood. I'm not sure if it's supposed to have the other O not in there, and then we can punch open the door and you'll see that there's tons and tons of wood if we wanted to purchase some, although I do think I have plenty for the time being. And then over here you can see that we just happen to have a pop-up prismarine shop, where if you want to, you can get 3 diamonds, or one, let's see, we can get sea lanterns. Okay, I'm gonna re-record that part. Mari, I'm doing well. It's been a good day. I'm kind of back in gear after winter break. We have tons and tons of Minecraft content coming, so that makes me happy. And then as a teacher, I'm just kind of excited to see the kids tomorrow. To be honest, I think it's gonna be really nice to see them. Okay, let's re-record this part. And then over here on this side of the swamp, you can see that we have a pop-up prismarine shop for all of the prismarine needs that you might want. And so we can make our way over to the rest of the shopping district, where you'll see that we have a massive "We Break Bedrock" sign, which is from Inca Raids, and I think it's very cool. I love his building designs. It's something that are not how I personally build, but it's super needed in the world, I would say. And then over here on the right, we have a little kind of like witch's swamp hut, and I've actually never been inside this build, but I like how it looks. You can see that we have the pumpkins and some candles and tons of little mini blocks all around the server too, but we can also head in here, and it looks like this happens to be our mud shop. Oh, and Mario, you're just staying at home for a while? That sounds great. That sounds very relaxing. That sounds very much like the last couple of weeks have been for me, and it was thoroughly enjoyed. And so we can make our way over to Mild Maddie and Draconis's bookshop, and I think that this is one of the most used builds that we have on the entire server. I definitely have spent many diamonds here, but it's good prices. You can get 1 book for 2 diamonds and 3 books for 5 diamonds. You can head inside here and you'll see that we have actually 3 floors to the shop, but I pretty much just use the tests that we have right over here with unbreaking and mending and silk touch and fortune and efficiency, all of the good bits and bobs that we have here. I keep thinking that there's a door to close. And then we can also continue along down over here, where you'll see that we happen to have a wool shop, and I've used this plenty. It's made from Shadow the Anxious, I believe. And we can head over here. You can see that it's actually an automatic wool farm, and we can head into any of the chests right here and get any of the materials for wood that we would need, or wool that we would need. And I've used it many times, and I have big plans to use it even more later on in the server too. And then as we make our way over here, you can see that we have come across the blob, which was, I think, also made by Mild Maddie and Draconis. You can see that it has a really interesting design where we have a quartz white exterior and then tons of different colors just spurted throughout the build. And then we have some interesting, cool looking lanterns here with the jack-o'-lanterns on top. But one of the best things about the exterior of the build is that Mild Maddie and Draconis ended up getting around to building all of these custom trucks around the entire area. You can see that we have some tractors and even more trucks right over here. It's so well done, and I'm very impressed. I don't know how to do that whatsoever. But we can, of course, make our way inside here too. This is one of my favorite interiors in the entire server. You can see that we have tons of different dye. You can also get your concrete and glass around here too, as you can see. And we have all of the colors for all of the blocks in the game. But my favorite thing about this build by far is the industrial lamps on the ceiling, along with, you can see that we have a custom little like half open garage door. I've never seen this before in the game. It looks so cool. But even all of the mini blocks used, everything in the interior is so good. But we can also, once again, kind of crouch through here, I guess. And you'll see on this side, there's almost like a Home Depot sort of lot, which looks really cool, in my personal opinion. and it looks like shadows in the game. I think he made the wool shop. I'm not sure. I'll put on my status in case he wants to come and say hi whatsoever. Okay, but where to next? Maybe... I can't remember if I showed off the town hall. So if I say, why don't we fly over there very quickly? I feel like I must have, I just don't know. As the sun sets over in this direction here, you can see that we have Gribbly Games Townhouse. One of the most beautiful, re-record that. As the sun sets, you can see that we're coming across Gribbly Games Townhouse, which is a townhouse that we use on the entire server so that whenever we have our server meetings, we can meet up with each other and actually play in-game. And it has an incredible exterior, many different layers to it. And we also have a couple of different lotus fountains. You can't really tell from here, but from up top, if we were to head into free cam mode, you can see that they actually make lotuses, which I think is really cool. But I say that as the sun sets, why don't we very quickly before night falls head into the build? And you can see that we have tons and tons of different rooms. I'm not going to show everything. You can definitely take a look at Gribbly Games channel to do that, but we also have a pillager right here that is taking all of the town orders for everything that we want to get done here. And honestly, I think it's a really wonderful addition. Okay, let's head to sleep for the night. Oh man, I do have a feeling that the stream is going to go by so quickly tonight. I'm so used to now live streaming for like hours and hours after being on break with you guys, and I do not have a lot of time, so it's unfortunate, I will say. Now, as we step back from the build, we can actually head over in this direction because I happen to make a little build over here. Now, this build is very obscure. As you can see, it's not really near anything, but it's one of my favorites that we have. Now, this little area right here is our fishing and kind of swimming hole. The idea is that for all of the kids on the server that want to get away after school, well, now when it's warm out, they have a little area right here where they can swim around and dive and play and hang out and kind of just get away from the hubbub of life, you could say. So just a little simple build right behind the town hall that you can see right here, but I don't know, I like it. It's a nice little cozy little place, and we actually ended up putting all these custom fish into the ponds too, so I definitely liked the extra details, but I don't really think anyone else knows about this besides you guys now on the server. Okay, where else? Is that everything? Is that the whole shopping district? It could be. Let's see. What is this build right here? I hear multiple zombies. Okay, it's cool. It looks like it's just for aesthetic though. Okay, so not officially part of the shop. Well, I feel like I might not have talked about Maple's general store, so I think we'll head over here. And then we also have to talk about the builds behind here, which I've actually never visited. Redstone City. Yeah, this whole area is coming together. It's definitely not its full form yet, but I think it looks very good. Now, over here, we have Maple's general store. I do have a feeling that this has not been stocked in a long time, but I do like the banners that we have with the pink kind of going on the sides, and as you can see, it definitely matches with a lot of the build. We can head inside, and there's not much to it, but we had a whole ton of kind of early game gear that looks like it has been restocked, like string, which if I had diamonds, I probably would take right now. Just the things that you wouldn't really think about, but are actually very helpful to have. But I don't think there's that much in this store, but again, I'm happy to have it here. Hey, Spooky, it's good to see you. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Maple. I feel like they're still on the server. I don't know if they are. It's good to see you. And how are the babies? By that, do you mean the school kids? I haven't seen them yet. I get to see them for the first time tomorrow. Today was professional development. I'm honestly very excited to see them. Okay, I'm just gonna change the song. All right, and Spooky, we're doing a world tour. We're gonna try to get as much done as I can tonight, and hopefully it'll be a longer video at some point in time. But I did just kind of want to show off everything. Now, behind me here, next to this nether portal, you'll see that we have a wonderful bridge that was made by Inca Raids once again. And you can see that we have some really cool designs right here. We have the warped fences along with some copper lightning rods, some oxidizing lightning rods, which is a new addition to the game, and I haven't used it. I think it looks really cool, along with tuff on the sides, and then tons and tons of copper and acacia trapdoors. So we can walk across it here, and it looks like the path continues all the way up to Redstone City. Okay, it feels disingenuous not to actually walk up the path. I do know that it was made here for a reason. Oh, this is steep. Inca must have struggled with this path. I understand why. Look at that, there's a lodestone. Okay. As we make our way up to Redstone City, I can see already that this is going to be an expensive area. We have multiple lodestones used as floor blocks right here, which I think is pretty cool. And then we also have a ton of grindstones for the wall. Very unique idea. I think I might want to use that at some point in time. But actually, if we head in here, you can see that I've never been in here. This is very cool. Wow. Oh, wow. Actually, this is so helpful. What a good idea from Inca. As you can see, all of the redstone components, like I definitely need hoppers and that sort of thing. I'm assuming that we can head in here, and yeah, look at that. Okay, we're gonna have to definitely come back here at a later point in time. Wow, that's okay. I did not know about that. That's very clutch. And then, wow, look at this. Even on this side right here, we have all these other items that look at that. We have breeze charges too. Okay, I'm getting carried away, but you can see we have tons of things that you would definitely want to use in the game. Definitely these for me, and even blaze rods for potion enchanting and all of that sort of stuff. So really good looking. And then nice little cafe area over here. And look at that, even more lodestones as the floor. This is crazy cool. Inca has done a really great job here. Wow, that's wild. I've never seen any of this before. This is another build over here. No, that's all behind the scenes. Okay. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. Wow, even Inca happens to have a whole ton of our pottery. Wow, wow, Inca even happens to have all of these kind of pottery or decorated pots with the axes on them. I've never seen that before. I'm very astounded right now. And then up here on the second floor, you can see that we have a whole ton of end rod lanterns, and this is incredibly modern looking. Wow, I love the different polished diorite and the polished tuff that we have right here, and even more of the decorated pots. This one has the breeze charge on it, actually. This is a wonderful place to spend the sunset here. And I say, why don't we even take a look at the second floor? We have even more lodestones. This is so cool looking. And apparently on the second floor, we have a whole ton of dining areas, and the centerpiece of each one of these tables is Gribbly Games, which is very unique, I would say. I really like it. You know, honestly, I haven't seen Inca online in a long time. Also, for you guys, I kind of have a question. Like, am I the only YouTuber that you guys, the YouTuber that you guys know that has like this sort of music on in the background? I feel like I probably am. Look at the sight line. Okay. Have to record right here. So I do think that that is everything that we have here in the shopping district. So I think that we're going to head nearby to the nearby land of the GRCC. Also known as Gurk. What an interesting name. It stands for Gribbly Games, Rad, Chespy, and Seaman. They're kind of like a Power Rangers duo, which is kind of funny. But we can head down here, and very close by, actually, I forgot, I don't think we've talked about this build. Hopefully not both of them, I can't remember. This is a new recording session, but we, very quickly, if I haven't mentioned it before, we also have our Shulker shipment ship, which is a ship where you can buy Shulker boxes. And as you can see by the ones in my hand, I definitely have gone to this place many times. And then we also happen to have a little kind of carrot-themed rabbit shop, actually, where you'll see that we have some axolotls floating in this beautiful little pond. And I love the aesthetic with all of the alliums. I would assume that Squid probably built it based on that. Hey Squid is their gamer tag, and the Bunny Bakery. This is called. It's now open. As you can see, it's been used many times. I know that the armor stand is kind of janked, but here you could get bunny donuts. You could also get bunny loaves of bread, I would think, or slices of cake, and then also Cinnabuns, going with the bunny vibe once again, which I do really like. And you can kind of see the donut on the table right here, because on the server we do have tons of custom kind of textures and that sort of thing. So it's totally vanilla plus, but you have a nice little interior right here with some glowberries and I like it. I think it looks good. But I think that that is it for the shopping district. So right over here, we have Fizzy's base, and we also have Shadow's original wool farm. Yeah, Mari, that makes sense. I don't know. This is me. Like, you know, I think I'm definitely not going with the trend. It's just my vibe. I'm glad it is yours too. However, I do not like when the piano goes that deep. We can float back to another vibe just like this. Okay, we're making pretty good progress. These world tours actually take a long time, we'll say. Now, you may notice that this build looks very similar to a build that we have in the shopping district. We apparently have a future fountain that's coming over here, but this was the original wool farm. At the beginning of the server, you can see that Dan actually ended up coming around and welcoming Shadow, I believe Shadow, to welcome to Lotus from Dan. I think it's Shadow's build. He is the only other person online with me, but I do know he's AFK. And we can head inside here, and we have, Casa de la Shadow. And you can see that in here we have some checkered brick floors made out of terracotta, and then a couple of different cauldrons and bits and bobs. We have some terracotta as the floors, and then over here you'll see that this was originally where we had all of the wool. And Level Up, it's good to see you, my man. I hope you're doing well. Hope that you and the family are doing well. A happy new year to you, my man. Good to see you. I'm flying in the air. I hope that work has been well today. I did not realize all of these heads until now. It's been a while since I've been at Fizzy's base. But anyway, Level Up, we are doing a world tour. Kind of exploring everything on the server, and eventually it'll come down to a video. Although we don't have too much time together, but I'm happy that we get to spend some. Yes, happy New Year. Over yonder, down over here, we happen to have Fizzy's base, and what's notable about Fizzy's base is that he actually happens to have a whole ton of custom mushrooms right here. I love the vibe of it. We can walk up the path right here. And it really can kind of be hard to get a full look of everything when you're inside of Fizzy's base. There's a lot going on, as you can see, but looking at it from afar, as we will later, is a whole different vibe by itself. You can see that we have tons and tons of flowers. The cliffside has been terraformed. You can see that we have moss, and we also have some bamboo in here too, and even some green terracotta. So he went really all out when it comes down to it. And then we have, congrats, you won the coolest house on Lotus award from Shadow. It really is cool. It's hard to tell from this angle, but super lush. We have the sunflowers over here, and then if we head inside, we just have a little storage-esque area. And so I say that we can fly on down to the rest of the GRCC. Why don't we try to land on this roof? And of course, you can't see the build from here. Oh, wow, Seaman has a whole ton of shulker boxes right there. Again, this is not the best look. Okay, but in Free Cam mod, as we zoom out, you can see that this really is a very beautiful looking build. Very well done. It's too hard. It's too bad, honestly. It's really hard to see Fizzy's build. Yeah, it's very beautiful. It's very alive as well. I will agree. Okay, so back in the center of the GRCC, you can see that we have a huge tomato right here, along with a well, and this is also a farming silo right here. There's tons and tons of happy guests all around the area, and we have Rad's Stutter House right over here. I do believe, yes, Rad's Stutter House, where we can head inside and you can see that we have all of the essentials that you could need in a build and a very cool looking interior. Wow, I really like that actually. And then you can also see that we have a very cool looking dog named Cloud as well with the wolf armor, which is still something I haven't done. So we're gonna have to do that at some point in time as well. You can see that over here behind all of the happy guests, we have a massive star and then a ship with a whole ton of iron golems actually hanging off of it. I don't know who built this. It's a very cool looking build. I do like the build. I don't know how I feel about the iron golems hanging off of it, if I'm being honest. But I still really like it. It's cool. It's cool. Mari, yeah, the tomato is cute. Yeah, it's really well done. It fits very well in this field right here too. Now over here in this direction, you can see that we have all of the horses of the GRCC with all of their armor on them. I still don't have a horse to my name, which is very funny. You can see very well that everyone plays so differently here on the server, and it's one of the best parts about playing on it. I feel like there's so much going on in this area of the world, it almost like lags my game. So many particle effects and whatnot. Now, as the sun begins to set, we'll continue to tour this area. We have Where Soups Don't Soup, which is a soup shop that was made by Seaman. Love the kind of Japanese aesthetic, and my favorite part about this build is that we happen to have a little patio area out front where my armor mods are again mixed up, and we have a massive sniffer right here. You can see that the sign says welcome to Noodles Don't Noodle. This was supposed to be Hey Squid right here, and I think, no, you can kind of tell based on, just kidding, you can't tell. Yes, you can. You can tell right here that this is what the soup was supposed to look like. Now this right here is a custom vending machine where you can see that Chespy Cash and Gribbly and Seaman are all kind of stuck inside the vending machine, which is very cute. A little addition and tons of pets, even a little dried ghast right here too, which is adorable. And I've still actually, this is the first time I've ever seen one in the game, so it looks very cute. Whimsical. I would agree. Now, as we head over this bridge, you're going to see that we have a camper van over here, and this was made by Gribbly Games. You can see on the sign that we have the Camp de Gribbs and the Casa de Dan. And so as we head over here, you can see, once again, tons and tons of particle effects, but I love the vibe that we have right here. I know that's kind of a little bit different with all of the signs, where you can see that tons and tons of people were here. Other server members, and I'm sure, yeah, some other people that, oh, even I was here, apparently. Even some other people not on the server as well, because we do have other friends come on from time to time. And so we can head inside to the interior right here, where you can see that we have a little pet bird, which is really cool looking at me. And Gribbly actually made this perfectly, like proportioned, to be a camper van. So you can see that we have the driver's seat right there. But actually, if we head up the ladder, we actually happen to have like a bedding, which is exactly like how a real camper van would work. And you can kind of get that vibe when we head back down right here, where you can see that we now have the living area where you could sit down and relax. And I also love the vibe that we have with the custom sort of like item frame music disc right here. It just screams the sort of vibe of a camper van. And you would think that such a small little build like this would not actually hold as much as it does. It's really, really incredible when it comes to how he used the space. So I love it. And then one important thing that you may notice right here too is that the barrel, or the wheel right here, has actually fallen off of the camper van, because the idea is that this camper van actually ended up crashing right next to the river. And that's why it happens to exist here, which is a great little addition in my personal opinion. Yeah, Ben 10. I agree. And now we can head over this way too, where you can see that we have the Casa de Dan. And I like the build that we have over here. It's really cool. We have tons of deep slate right here, and I haven't really seen too many people recently do the sort of lush roof design. I think it matches very well with the deep slate. That kind of gives it the contrast, and I think that this place is really starting to come together over time. We can actually head over here to Denesto's starter base, and if we head inside, you can see that there's still more work to be done, but we also have some pandas, which is cool. It's a very cozy little vibe that you can see that we have here, and it's fun having Dan in the game. And apparently it looks like there's one more sign left for me, so we can say Slip was here. And now he'll know that we happen to visit here on the world tour. But now, as we head down here, you're actually going to notice that the cliffside looks very, very different. We have a miniature volcano, which happens to be erupting right here. An incredible organic design, and then I think that this build perfectly fits into the environment. And I've actually never explored it too, so I say, why don't we do it together right now? Now, I do think that this was made by Seaman, and I do just hear some mobs around, and it looks kind of like a cave, so it's very possible that Seaman ended up making this to be a diamond. Or, it's not not a diamond, a dungeon. Apparently it's not a dungeon. Apparently it's one diamond per ride. Oh, that's cool. Wait, we can head in here. We're gonna have to explore this in a single player episode, I think. Because I don't have a diamond right now. But I think the idea behind this, yeah, is that Seaman has made like an underground spooky roller coaster. Over here, I can hear tons of like sketchy, scary vibes in there. So we're gonna have to check that out at some point in time. Knowing Seaman, it makes sense that he would build something like that. Oh, what is this? I forget. It was in Gribbly's video. I can't remember. Okay. Is this something worth exploring? Okay, it looks like books for the GRCC. And then we do actually happen to have one more build over in the horizon here, so why don't we fly on over to it? Now, I do believe that this build was made by Obelisk, and you may notice that there is a Christmas present left from someone else on the server, so it may have been a week or two since he's been online, but he has a really, really cool looking build. Some of the best texturing that I think I've seen in a long time. You can see that we have the pale oak, and then we also happen to have that tuff leading into the mossy cobblestone, leading into even more of that, and then some tuff over on the side, which perfectly meshes, as you can see, into the polished tuff and then into the chiseled tuff, with even some chiseled tuff bricks. I think I mixed those two up, but you can see it's really good looking, and then we even have some oak wood with some coarse dirt and then some stripped oak or some stripped spruce logs. Like, look at it. It's so good with the campfires. We'll try to make our way over here, and you can see that he's done a great job too with the pink leading up to the white with the stone parts over here. Really, really well done. Fantastic build. I actually don't know if I've been inside. Can I? Okay, where we have some cool mob heads on the inside right here and an enchanting table. It looks like not that much yet, but we still have plenty of time left here in the Lotus SMP. And so, once again, what an incredible build. I am definitely not at that level of building yet, and I do hope to be at some point in time. Let's see. I think that's it. The shopping district. Man, this is a big server, guys. There's a lot to talk about. This is only 6 months worth of things. But I do say that we head on our wings and find the next build to talk about. Okay, I'm going to hit stop recording. We're not gonna have enough time, unfortunately, to do it tonight. I wish we did. I do wish we did. But unfortunately, my bedtime is actually in like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes or so. And so I know that if I was to push it, then I would over push it. And it's the first day seeing the kids once again tomorrow, so I'll be excited to see them. We are going to have another tour, maybe, actually on Wednesday. I'm sure that you guys know Vampire VODs. They happen to be a member on the Westerly SMP. And so there is a chance actually for Wednesday night's stream, instead of being here on Lotus, that we actually go onto the Westerly SMP and we get to hang out with Vampire and kind of hang around and that sort of thing. If you guys are down for that, let me know so that we can hopefully make that happen. I did just want to show you guys very quickly. I have been up to a bit of work over here since the last stream off camera. You can see that this entire kind of path area that's leading over to Pug Space has been filled in with potatoes. And I feel like there's still a little bit more to do. You can see it actually makes the area looking over to Pug Space look very beautiful nowadays, which was kind of the plan for doing this whole project. I'm just trying to head to sleep for the night so that we can have some more visibility here. Sounds like a blast level up? Okay, cool. Thanks for saying that. I think it'd be fun. The thing is, I just feel bad. Me and Vampire are in such different time zones that we're gonna try to do it for like 2 hours. I just hope that this work week doesn't get too busy so we can actually make it happen. But as you can see, yeah, this entire area has become a massive potato field. We still have a little bit that we have to fix up right here. We're not 100% done. And so we can head on here over next to our sniffers. And Mari, I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, I did want to show you actually behind the scenes. I did end up getting to naming Big Spoon over here too. And then of course we have Little Spoon over here too. and they're just hanging out. They're being cute. They're being cutesy. I love having them here. Okay, we can fly over here. If you guys haven't seen it, it's totally okay. I don't expect for you to be caught up with everything. We now have a brand new sailboat in the world. Which I think is very, very cute. I like it. And then the last little thing that I've done, and this was completely off camera. Oh, I couldn't make it. Right over here, where our wood cutting little area is, we actually will cover this with a trapdoor at some point in time. And we have a lot of work still to do here. I think this is probably what we're going to do for a bit of Friday night stream. But this entire area down here, I do want to make into a sugarcane farm. So we'll have to get around to doing that. We apparently have tons of materials from it over here, in some shulker boxes. So we went and got around to kind of clearing out that area off camera. And then, again, maybe we'll do that on stream. We'll definitely continue and finish expanding the potato field over here. And who knows, that's, you know, we don't have to plan everything that we do on stream. That's just the game plan that we have for the time being. Alright guys, but I'm supposed to go to sleep in like 20 minutes. This was all the time that I had, so I just wanted to make sure that we could spend a little bit of time together here on Lotus. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for spending some time with me. And if you guys would like to have some awesome stuff in the background for the rest of your night, if you haven't taken a look at the most recent video, our movie that's come out, it is the last 6 months of everything that we've built here in the world. So if you'd ever like to get caught up with that kind of in one fell swoop, you're more than welcome to do that too. Alright, I can't keep Midwesterning goodbying. Thanks guys for hanging out, and I will see you all on the flip side, sending the best energy to all of you and to all the people that you know and love.